Hey there, happy Friday. Finally, it's the weekend. I'm off today. I've got a nice long 4-day weekend. And I'm going to see a concert on Sunday. So on Monday, my video will probably be clips of that concert and kind of giving it a review. But today, I wanted to show off some new tapes that I got. I haven't done like an all tapes video in a while. And also talk about some reissues that were officially announced today, solving a mystery that I was asking about in my previous video. So let's go ahead and get started. I recently went on a little bit of a buying spree, and Corpse Gristle once again did some reissues for some tapes. So then I was hunting for other ones. But I went and I got a couple Broken Hope albums on tape because I had never owned any of these physically. And I figured since Corpse Gristle was doing some reissues, I'll go and I'll search for some of them. So this is obviously the second full-length album. What is it called again? The Bowels of Repugnance. I can never say that word. Repugnance. Yeah. Their second full-length album. This is a death metal band out of Chicago. Iconic death metal band. Just such really good, almost like brutal death metal sounding at times. But yeah, so this is the one that I think everyone's probably most familiar with. It's definitely the one that gets flashed, as well as Swamped in Gore. I'm on the hunt for Swamped in Gore on tape. I would like to have that, so if anybody knows where I can get one. I think I found a couple on Discogs, so for fairly decent prices. But this was a Corpse Gristle reissue that was done back in 2020. So I was able to find this on Discogs from Burning Dogma, which is also another label out in Texas. They do a lot of work with Corpse Gristle as well. I got this several weeks ago, and I just forgot to show it off on here. So, yeah, there you go. Again, I don't think I need to talk about this album at all. You guys probably already know it, and you probably already heard it. So I got that, and I'm excited, and it sounds really good, and I've been listening to this a lot. So they got officially licensed from Metal Blade. So this was originally out on Metal Blade Records way back in the 90s. 1993 was when that came out. But Corpse Gristle did a reissue of these two albums recently, and so I picked them up. That's pretty much what spawned or what motivated me to go and get the other albums. So these albums are really good too. I prefer generally this one because this is the first one I've ever heard, the one that I'm most familiar with. But as I dove into the band over the years, I've started to really enjoy these two. So this is Repulsive Conception, the third full length that came out in 95, and Corpse Gristle did an awesome job with these. They made them the like UV all over print tapes right there. So these are still available. He did, Paul's awesome, and he sent me a couple of extra copies of these, so I'll be using those for a giveaway. When the time comes, I'm coming close up, pretty close. I mean, well, I probably still got a little bit there of getting 4,000 subscribers, so I'm holding out. As soon as I get to the 4K subscribers, I'll do a giveaway for these tapes. But really nice quality, really thick J card, really nice. The images are really nicely printed on here too. There's none of that like shit that sometimes you get with reissues. And again, the UV printed tapes are a nice touch. So there was that. And then the other one that was also reissued was Loathing. This is the one that I was least familiar with. I've listened to this since I've gotten it, and I really, really like this album. So again, I never really didn't really know much about this album when I bought it. So again, all over print tape, really nice quality. And then the J card, as always. And this came out in 97. So there's several other albums I have to get. There's Grotesque Blessings and Omen of Disease, and then what was the other one? Mutilated and Assimilated, like, is the last one. So as far as I know, this band is still active. However, I don't know if they've toured or anything anytime soon, or if they're in the process of writing any music. I don't know any of the background right now about the status of this band, but these are some classic old school death metal albums. So those are, like I said, are on Corpse Gristle. I'll link in the description. They're still available. And then one last tape I wanted to show you was when I made that Broken Hope, this tape, yeah. When I bought that off of Discogs from Burning Dogma, which, by the way, has a treasure trove of stuff for sale on Discogs. So I definitely would go over there and look at it. A lot of cool vinyl and stuff that has been reissued over the years and sold out on Bandcamp, but it's on Discogs for a decent price. He also threw in this tape for free in my order, which made me happy because I was going to end up ordering this regardless, and it's Wicked Innocence with Worship. So if you're not familiar with Wicked Innocence, they came out with probably one of my all-time favorite death metal albums called Omnipotence. It's a very strange, weird death metal album. It's pretty much progressive death metal because it's got a lot of progressive elements into it, but it's a very wacky, strange album, but it's so good. And I have that on CD. Corpse Crystal and them did reissues of that a couple years ago, and Paul sent me a bunch of them. But he also threw this in there. This is their second album that came out in '99. So I was going to end up getting this one. I admittedly am not too familiar with this. I have not listened to it all the way through yet. But from what I've heard, I really like it. Just a goofy-ass band. They're from the U.S., so thank you so much for throwing that in there. It's just a red tape. And then J-Card. So these are still available. I've seen these floating around on both Corpse Crystal and Burning Dogma's websites. So those are the tapes that I recently got. But the one thing that I'm really excited to talk about today is in my last video, I made a video that was like, hey, what is this mystery reissue that I got? It's this Mortician album that randomly popped up on Relapse Alumni's Bandcamp page, and I bought it. It was about 2 weeks ago, a little over a week ago now. My friend had texted me and said, hey, here you go. This just came available, and I snagged it, and then within the next day it was gone, and nobody knew what the hell it was. Well, somebody may have flubbed in Relapse and accidentally made that available. It didn't realize it until people started ordering it, but it was actually not supposed to be announced until today. So they did announce Mortician Reissues today officially on Relapse. So let's check them out. I'll pop them up. Here they all are right here. So yeah, a lot of these, if you know, Mortician Reissues are hard to find. They're expensive. They've been reissued very rarely over the last several years. I know Hell's Headbangers has done reissues as well. But if you go on Discogs and you're looking and you're trying to figure out, hey, I want to buy these, generally you're going to spend at least $100 per record. So House by the Cemetery is what came available on Bandcamp. I showed that off in my last video. So I already snagged this one early. Again, I think that was just a mistake and they just took it down right away, but they still shipped out to the people that ordered it because they already have them in stock. But it looks like Mortal Massacre is reissued now. There's a couple of variants. There's the black and white merge splatter and then black and clear effect merge. And it looks like, here's the pressing. So they've pressed quite a bit. So these shouldn't sell out too fast, especially this one. It looks like there's 100. They usually do this for the friends and family special. So that one. And then, like I said, House by the Cemetery. This is one I showed off in my last video. Just black ice with splatter, so it's over 2,000 pressings, so this should stay in stock for a while. It's nice that they pressed a lot because, like I said, these are hard to find. This one is what I was most excited about, Hacked Up for Barbecue. There are two different color variants. There's the tricolor merge with splatter, which is what I ordered, and then the white with splatter. So there's two different variants. They're both in pretty high pressing, so like I said, they should stay in stock for a while. And then Zombie Apocalypse. Funny enough, I actually have this on a burn CD. But yeah, I'm excited about this. So this is just Sea Blue with splatter. So they've pressed a lot of these. And then the final one is Chainsaw Dismemberment. I was really excited about this one too. So there are 3 different colors. There is a metallic silver, so it's just plain silver, obviously. Royal Blue with splatter. That is this the one that's the 2001? Yes. And then Tricolor Merge with splatter. I think this is the one I ordered. I don't remember. But so yeah, those are the Mortician reissues. Super, super pumped that they're finally out there. Also, if you want some gloves and a sunglasses kit, that's available. And then all these awesome long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts, which I generally don't buy t-shirts or long sleeve t-shirts a whole lot. I mean, obviously I usually have one on in my videos, but for the most part, as I take a while before I decide to pull the trigger. But some of these are pretty cool, especially coming up with Halloween. It would be fun to wear one of these. These long sleeves are super nice, but in Florida, it's not really long sleeve t-shirt weather at the moment. It's back into the high 80s again. So yep, that is the new relapse reissues. So that's what happened. I got lucky and I was able to snag one earlier than most people. I think a couple other people got them too. But they're officially announced now. So I'll link in the description what I was just showing off. I'm super excited. I'm glad Relapse has been doing this. They've been reissuing so much this year, and I've been showing them off as I've been getting them all year. And they actually just reissued Primitive Man Scorn again. They reissued this last year too. So if you're looking for that album. But throughout the whole year, they've done Nile. They did Exhumed. They've done Hemorrhage. They've done Disembowelment, which I've shown. I think they reissued some Obscura albums as well. I've seen people talking about that. What else? Suffocation. And they're just really going all in. I think some Mastodon too, if you're into Mastodon. Necrophagist, Phagist, I can never say their name. All the Dying Fetuses, those were quietly added into the site. Nazem, so I'm Incantation. Holy shit, they've pressed some the other more gruesome reissues if you're looking for those. They've just done a ton of their catalog. They also reissued the first Outer Heaven record, which came out at the same time as their new one this year. And then I have a funny feeling they're not done. There's several more that they could possibly do. So thank you, Relapse. You're doing the Lord's work here, or the devil's work, or whatever the hell you believe. Anyway, I'm super excited. So yeah, links in the description. That's all I have. Quick video today. Happy Friday. Super excited for this weekend. And I will see everybody in the next one.